4-point plan. Who's excited? I'm excited about the 4-point plan. That's right. It is March 20th of 2021, and we are here to tell you about the 4-point plan like we do every week. And this is episode 37. 37. I went and checked the internet, so I knew which one it was. It's episode 37. No one can make fun of me for getting it wrong. It's episode 37. We're excited to be back to talk about the 4-point plan. We were not here last week, but we're here this week a day early to make up for being out last week. We decided to come back on a Saturday afternoon. We're in the middle of March Madness. All the March Madness is going on. That's what guys checking out over here. But we're not talking about basketball today. No, we're going to be talking about the 4-point plan. We're going to be talking about the gift of sobriety. We're going to talk about getting sober and staying sober and finding a life beyond your wildest dreams. And how do you do something like that? That sounds crazy. I'll tell you how. I'll tell you how you do the 4-point plan. Number one, you go to 90 meetings in 90 days. Number two, you get yourself a sponsor and you use that sponsor. You call that sponsor every day. Number three, you get a home group and you never miss your home group. And number four, you get a service commitment and you find a way to be a service to the meeting that you love and that has been there for you. You can only keep what you have by giving it away. So this is the 4-point plan that I'm talking about. I'm excited about. I'm a little worried because it says my internet is a little unstable. You guys, am I choppy? Am I choppy?
Yes, definitely. Yeah,
you're choppy, or we can hear you.
I'm definitely choppy.
Don't you make good money? I mean, I remember when I first came to recovery, you told me if I stayed sober, I would have bills. Why don't you get a little bit of a bigger bill and get some better internet?
I got really good internet. I got the most expensive.
There it is.
Oh, it jumped right back into recording, right where we left off.
Yeah.
Not only is JR unstable, but his internet is too. Welcome back.
I went ahead and jumped on the hotspot so that I don't have to worry about the Wi-Fi. I can just go off my phone. So,
all right,
cool. So let's keep going. We're talking about the 4-point plan, right? We're talking about 90 and 90, get a sponsor, get a home group, get a commitment, right? This is important. Yes. Why is this important? Because people with drug addictions and alcoholism, they do so much damage to their brains from using and drinking all that time, right? That what happens is they develop amnesia. That's what I heard about this week. I met someone who was in recovery, and they were like, "Oh, you guys are in recovery?" I was like, "Yeah, we're in recovery." She's like, "Oh, I'm in recovery too." I'm like, "Are you really? Where's your home group?" And she's like,
"Take a deep breath, guy. Take a deep breath." The guy's getting a little uncomfortable. Take a deep breath, guy. It's okay.
Do what now? Home group? Oh, I don't know. I'm like, well, wait a minute. I thought you're in recovery. You like the recovery. You're all about the recovery, right? Well, I used to be a secretary, and I used to be on the committee, and I used to sponsor people. I'm like, oh, wow, you sponsor people. You still sponsor people? Oh, no, I don't sponsor people no more. I'm like, wait a minute. I thought you came up here talking about 29 years. I thought you came up here because you heard we was in recovery and you was excited to talk about recovery. And here I am, and I start throwing these words at you like home group and sponsor and commitment, and you act like I just started asking you the square root of something.
You're it's like a conversation.
You're looking at me like you never heard. What? What's this home group? What's this home groupness that you're talking about? So this is what I'm talking about with the amnesia. Apparently, these alcoholics and these drug addicts, they forget what it was that saved their lives. They forget the gift of desperation. The gift is worn off. It's like if in 1984, someone got you an Atari 2600 as a gift, right? And you got the little joystick, it's got the little button on it, and you're over here and you're playing Missile Command, and the little things are coming from the top of the screen. You're trying to move the little thing up there, stop the missiles from invading the planet, right?
Is that Galega or Galaxy? What was
it's Missile Command.
So you got this, right? And then the gift of Atari wore off because now you got PlayStation where you got Grand Theft Auto, and my kids over here setting hookers on fire so you don't have to pay them because that's on the PlayStation, right? And so now they don't care about the Atari no more because that's old gift, a gift they got way back in the way back, right? And so they don't care about the old gifts no more. So what we have here are some addicts and some alcoholics that don't care about the gift of desperation that they got back in the beginning, because now they got other gifts, right? They got new cars, they bought a house, they got a relationship, maybe they got married, right? They got all this stuff. And if you get enough stuff, you might forget about the desperation that you got way back in the day. You might forget all about the because you're so into the stuff. What I get is I got people coming to me and they're like, hey man, I can stay sober because I got a job. I'm like, man, I'm glad you have a job. But it turns out I was looking through the history books and there are people that have had jobs that also did fucking drugs and drank alcohol and fucked up their lives. So apparently having a job ain't enough to keep you fucking sober.
No.
I thought you were supposed to give it away. You can't keep you have unless you give it away, right? Aren't you supposed to like show the next person how they did it? So I guess I don't know. Maybe that individual runs a really selfish program, but she doesn't want to show anybody how she got 29 years, or him, or them. I don't know. I was taught you had to give it away.
Yeah, but you gotta know what you're giving away too. Because chances are you'll get an idiot who'll give away idiot knowledge. Oh, well, yeah, now I got it going on. I got a good job. So if you get a good job, then that's all you need. No, that's bullshit. That may be all that you need because you lost the gift of desperation. And if I'm a gambling man, I know I'm not supposed to bet that somebody's going to fucking relapse, but I bet that person fucking relapses
Like on
because they already
CBD.
forgot about the gift of desperation and they don't have a home group and they don't have a commitment and they don't have fucking meeting attendance. Dude, my sponsor's been sober for what, 17 years, 18 years, 17, 18 years. And he still goes to a lot of meetings. He got all over the Zoom shit, was going to meetings twice a day, 3 times a day, every day. Because he could, because he had time. I come from the school of people who, if we have time, we'll go to meetings all the fucking time. You give me some time off and I'll go to some meetings. So I'm a big cantankerous right now because it's at the end of my schooling. I'm almost to the end of college, right? In 3 weeks, I got my finals for this semester, and then I enter my final semester, and it's going to be a short one, right? So I'm getting to be a little bitchy right now. I got a lot of things on my plate. I got a lot of homework.
You got your resting
Right.
bitch face on. Here we go.
Yeah, and so I'm not able to go to as many meetings as I'd like to, and I'm just grumpy as shit because I got so much hanging over my head that needs to be done. But when I finished the last round of college, when I finished my bachelor's degree 2 years ago, I did 90 and 90. I had three months off from college before I started my graduate program at Pepperdine. And so I took that 3 months. And I remember I was at graduation, right? I had stood out in the cold and I had gone and walked across the stage, got my diploma, and I went out to dinner afterwards. And it was me and my wife, my sponsee and his girlfriend, my sponsor and his wife. And the six of us were sitting at a table. I think we were at California Pizza Kitchen. And I told them, hey guys, I'm declaring it right now. I'm going to do 90 and 90. And my wife looked at me and said, no, you're not. You finally got out of college. It's time to take your time and devote it to me. And I reminded her, I'm like, honey, it's only an hour a day. You'll still have plenty of time to be with me. And when I do go to meetings, I feel better. And I know that by doing 90 and 90 right now, it's going to improve my life. It's going to improve the way I feel. And so I'm super fucking grumpy right now because I'm not going to enough meetings because of the college and the internship and the full-time job and all that shit piled on top of each other. It's been hard for me. So I've been grumpy. So if someone comes along and says, well, I got 55 years clean, now I go to meetings, I'm like, you fucking idiot. I just been calling everybody fucking idiot lately because I'm cantankerous. I'm a little wound up.
Grumpy.
But like I said, I'm like my sponsor. I'm from this school of thought that if I have time to go to meetings, I'm going to go to some meetings. I love going to meetings. That's my get down. Meetings is my get down. I got nothing better to fucking do. And I've been hearing a lot too at meetings lately that no one ever died from going to too many meetings. And you very rarely find someone whose life is all fucked up and they're like, oh, this is because I went to too many meetings. That's not usually the story. Usually the story is I went to a lot of meetings and my life got better. The biggest thing that I see, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but the biggest thing I see when people are newly getting clean is this fear that they're not going to be taken care of, that they're going to end up having no drugs, no money, no place to live, no way to deal with the feelings of inadequacy and shame and guilt that come along with all that. And they're so terrified that they're going to end up homeless that they don't know what to do. They end up relapsing, really. I think that's the biggest thing facing most of the addicts that I meet. The thing is I had the experience, you had the experience, you had the experience. We've all been fucking homeless and we all got sober and we all took the steps necessary to not be homeless anymore. We went to school or we went and went to work and got a shitty job and got a promotion and got a better job and got a better job. Like we did the footwork, right? We talk about footwork a lot, you know, and all along I had friends in the program telling me, hey, JR, God wants you to have a better life. God wants you to have a better job. God wants you to have a better car. God wants you to have a legal driver's license. God wants you to have food. You know, all those things that I thought I wanted that weren't coming to me fast enough. People told me, no, it's going to work out, man. God loves you. He's going to hook you up. So I did what I had to do, man. I did the footwork and the results were always in his department. He was always in the results department. I was always the footwork department. So I did my job. I did the footwork. I went to meetings every day. I got commitments. I got serious commitments. I got H&I commitments where I was going to panels and speaking. I got area commitments. I got regional commitments. I made sure I showed up. Even if I had a shitty car, I drove my shitty car to wherever the fucking commitments were happening. And I knew that I would get there because God wasn't going to let me break down because I was working for NA, right? I was doing the program. I was helping people. I was doing the primary purpose of carrying the message to the addict who still suffered. So I did the things that were required that I knew that God was looking out and making sure it needed to be done. And I did them, right? And everything worked out. Everything was always going to work out for the best. And I always knew that, man. I should never question it. I didn't lose my gift of desperation. I never lost it. I still got it. So now people are like, well, I've been sober for a long time. I don't need to do, motherfucker, you need to do this.
Yeah, I try to focus more on my program than other people's. I mean, I believe that.
Well, that's because you're better than me, Sean.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You know, because like I can only control the things that are in my life. But I know that before I came to AA, before I did the 4-point plan, my life was a disaster. It was like I had no money, like I owed everybody money, like I was in debt. Like there was just, I had no driver's license, I had no car. I had a car, but I couldn't drive it. You know, it was mayhem. My life was just chaos, and before AA, and then when I started going to AA, everything started like shifting. Like I started rewiring my brain. I get my license back. Like I started being able to save money, and so I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I need to do as many meetings as I do. Sometimes I still question if I'm an alcoholic or not, but I'm too scared not to do it. Because I know how my life was before I came to AA. Why would I want a chance on not doing it? And it is. I mean, it's not only just staying sober, but like the emotional, my emotional sobriety, and like trying to, it's taught me how to taught me who I am and like things I need to work on, and like these eye openers, and like having to deal with things. And I mean, a lot of it is, all due because of the direct result of the program.
Am I crazy, Sean? Did you go through those fears that I was talking about, that I'm not going to be taken care of, I'm going to end up homeless, I'm not going to be able to get a job? Did you have to go through all that shit?
No, I didn't, because my sponsor said leave it in to God, and he told me that I trusted him, and he told me that things will happen as long as I put my sobriety first, and I didn't really have any other option. I couldn't do it myself, so I trusted what he said, and he said just do your 90-90 and get a commitment in every meeting, and everything will work out the way it's supposed to. He promised me, and from as of now, he hasn't That promise has not been broken.
Yes, because I knew a guy, man, that he was doing that same thing you did. He was going to meetings every day, and he was facing homelessness. He was coming up on impending homelessness, and so he went and he interviewed at this artist collective, and they were like, "Hey, we got a room that we can rent you, and you can come and live here, and it's the rent's affordable, and it's near all the stuff that you know." And he thought this is okay, but during the interview, he noticed that people there were drinking and people there were smoking weed, right? But he was so afraid that he didn't really have any other options that he had resigned himself that he was going to move there. Well, he continued doing the next right thing. He kept going to meetings, and he even shared about at a meeting about, hey, I found a place to live and it's kind of shady, but at least I'll have a place to live. I'll be okay. I'll keep going to meetings. And someone who was at that meeting heard him share, and they went up to him afterwards and they're like, hey, man, someone at our house, everybody that lives at our house is sober. Well, one of our roommates relapsed, and so he moved out. And now we have an empty room, and we're looking to rent that room to somebody. Would you like the room? And then just because he went to the meeting, he shared about that, he moved into that room. And so, like, that was an immediate improvement upon what he was looking at. And he still lives there. And now he's got a kick-ass job, and now he's got a car. And like his life, he does what we do. And I'm watching his life improve, man. So
Weren't the people who were renting the room worried that this guy would murder them or rape them in the household? Because I know another story about a guy who gave another guy a ride home from an AA meeting, and these other guys would give that guy a lot of shit because he drove him 400 miles from a
hey, we're on
meeting.
the podcast. You're not allowed to be vague. You're not allowed to tell a vague story on the podcast, all right?
Yes, I am.
So Sean was at the
Because
meeting.
that story right there sounded like your story. I remember somebody said that about you.
Sean was at a meeting in Las Vegas, right? And some guy was sharing at the meeting that he needed help. He was in a weird spot and he needed to get to Los Angeles. Well, Sean was there planning to leave that meeting and drive to Los Angeles. So he offered the guy a ride. Well,
Right.
I told Sean that sounded like the beginning of a fucking horror movie where a serial killer hitchhikes his way into your car and tries to kill you for 5 hours.
And he just got out of prison. Yeah, he just got out of prison. But I didn't. It wasn't. I don't know. He was another brother and member of AA in the meeting. He was going to meetings. He needed some help, and I felt obligated. That was my responsibility to help him out, and it worked out okay.
I need some money.
No, he didn't ask me. He didn't ask me for anything. He even asked me
foot massage. I need you to help me out with the foot massage.
I need you to take a nap and think of a happy place.
I'm a brother in the program, and I need
What's up, brother?
Help. I thought maybe you could make me some duck l'orange for dinner or some steak pommes frites.
Yeah.
I heard you're a chef, and I need some help with some good food. I don't have any good vegetarian recipes. I thought you could make me some swordfish for dinner tonight to help a brother out because I'm
make me some swordfish.
I'm in AA, so you can help me.
Hey.
Sean likes to help alcoholics out, apparently.
Yeah.
Not with my swordfish. Anyways.
So how did it work out? Did the guy kill you?
No, yeah, he tried to. No, I mean, it was good. I mean, I ended up getting him into treatment, and he stayed for a little bit in the treatment before he left, and he went to a sober living down in Santa Barbara. And I haven't heard from him in a while, but last time I heard, he was still sober, and he's pushing forward. So,
was that the same time that those people started disappearing in Santa Barbara?
Exactly. As long as I wasn't disappearing.
Well, look at you. You got to pay it forward. You can only keep what you have by giving it away.
All right, and I almost gave my life away to this man, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, some people go a little further than others. Like, you're not going to see me offer my couch to a newcomer. You can come and sleep on my couch.
No,
then I'll wake up the next day and I won't have no TV. The TV.
I mean, if I knew the guy and like he was like a frequent member of the program and like he had some hardships come up and like he's looking for a place for a couple of days and he had some kind of sort of plan, sure, I'd probably put him on my couch. But
So you got a couch because I could use a place to stay tonight.
you, I don't
For
know.
a couple days just so I get on my feet.
Now you're kind of squirrely. I don't know about you.
What about if Guy needs a couch to sleep on, you gonna let Guy on your couch?
Yeah, I'd let him even use my razor if he needed to use it.
Yeah, well, I let Guy use my clippers.
But if he didn't use them,
Guy can
apparently
use a good shave. He has a big giant fucking mole.
he used them, just not on his face.
A woolly mammoth growing on his neck. It's disgusting. Yikes, that is ugly. I'm telling him, just shave it, Guy. Just shave it all off, just to see what you'd still look like under there. You probably don't even remember. And then because you're disgusting and your face hair grows like crazy, you'll grow back in like a day or two.
Hey, just because you're bald and jealous of people with hair doesn't mean you have to
be awesome. Yes, it does. You guys are making fun of my internet, and now we can't hear Guy. He's all frozen.
No, he's not frozen. He's just not moving. He's like a wax statue.
That's just his face. He just leaves his face stuck like that for a while.
Yeah. Hey, I was saying just because you're bald and you can't grow facial hair doesn't mean you have to be jealous of people that have hair and can grow a nice beard, you know?
If I could grow a nice beard like that, fuck no, I wouldn't. Jesus Christ, you look like Ted Bundy.
Grizzly Adams did have a beard. He looked like Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy was a serial killer.
Yeah,
If you ever went to AA meetings.
Sean would give Ted Bundy a ride.
Tell me a story. Tell me a story, buddy.
You need a ride, Ted Bundy? Here, you're an alcoholic. You get in my car.
Yeah, and then you'll come get my freezer. That was Dahmer, huh? That was Jeffrey Dahmer. Anyways, it worked out. I mean, for me, anyways, made me feel good. I guess that's all that matters. I helped the guy out. I wish the best for him. Just like that guy. So the guy you said that they put up on his couch is the couch commitment. Now he's got a car and a job, and if it wasn't for being in that meeting at that place at that time, he would probably be in Skid Row, right?
That guy wasn't on a couch.
You said the room. You said somebody offered him
He
a room.
rented a room, so he's
Yeah.
still renting the room, and it's
To this day?
That's like it's like a sober collective. Like everybody lives in that house, just rents rooms.
Didn't something happen like that with you too from going to a meeting? I think it was like about a ride or a car or a motorcycle or something. Or because you're going to the meeting, somebody heard you crying at the podium.
Yeah, but they did not risk getting murdered by me. They gave me a free motorcycle. It was very cool. So
you with your recovery questionable. Here's a motorcycle at that point.
let's see. I had
your arms are still bloody.
9 months. I had about 9 months sober. My motorcycle.
What are you guys talking about here? What's the point?
My motorcycle driving to work had been repossessed, and so I went to a meeting and I shared about it. And after the meeting, my friend walked up to me. He said, "Hey, JR, I talked to you on the phone earlier today. I asked how things were going. You said they were fine, but here I come to the meeting and you're all upset because you got your motorcycle repossessed. Why didn't you tell me when we were on the phone?" And I was like, "Well, man, I didn't want to bother you with my problems." He said, "That's too bad, because if you had told me that you had your motorcycle repossessed, I could have told you that I have a motorcycle that has been sitting in my parents' yard up in the desert for the past year. And I could also have told you that I have a truck that I brought home from work today. And I could tell you that I have tomorrow off and that I was going to take that truck to my parents' house with you, and we could get that motorcycle, and then we could take it over to our friend, the Harley mechanic, and have him fix the engine, get all the sand out of it, and get it running, and that you could be back to work tomorrow."
Okay, see, okay. I get it. That's what I meant. If you didn't happen to be at that meeting, if you were going to meetings, these gifts of sobriety wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, and it was a gift. The next day, he picked me up in his truck. We went and got the motorcycle. We went to the mechanic. Mechanic fixed the motorcycle.
You got the sand out
the next day.
You got the sand out.
I was back to work the next day. I missed 1 day of work. because someone in the program gave me a motorcycle. Yeah, it's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing the way the program works. But there's a bunch of people that are so afraid that they're going to end up homeless that they end up just staying like put, not doing anything, terrified that they don't have any money, that they're going to end up homeless. And then they end up homeless anyways. In order to get the things that you need, you got to put in the footwork. I talked about this earlier, man. You got to do the footwork. You got to get them feet moving. Don't listen to your head. Don't listen to your heart. Listen to your feet, man. Your feet will save your ass. Your head ain't going to save your ass. Your heart ain't going to save your ass. Your feet will save your ass by dragging your ass to a meeting. Hey, did you know that today they're having a 1-year anniversary celebration over at the Van Alden Park where all the alcoholics are getting together and celebrating
Yeah, I
1
saw
year of
that.
having meetings at the park?
Yeah, I saw that flyer.
Oh, there was a flyer? I didn't even see a flyer. I just heard it word of mouth.
Yeah, I got a flyer.
Nice. So I heard they're gonna have tacos and
I don't
pizza.
know. No, I won't be going.
Ah,
You're gonna go?
well, I was thinking that the three of us could go because we're celebrities. We're the host of the 4 Point Plan podcast.
That would
And
be
I've been
pretty.
telling everybody that the host of the 4 Point Plan podcast will be there.
That would be pretty badass though.
Yeah, we could strut in there like fucking AA celebrities.
What time's it at? 6?
No, it's all day. They're having it all day. They're doing it right now. They're doing it later tonight. It's good all day. All day mamma jamma. They probably ate all the tacos already, I bet.
Unfortunately, I have prior commitments, my children to take care of,
Yeah, kids hate parks.
full of alcoholics.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind taking them there, but
I don't know. They might get kidnapped. You're right. You're right. Bunch of freaks that you see at AA meetings, serial killers and the lot.
little blonde hair, blue eyed kids. Next thing you know,
Yeah. Yeah. You get to disappear with an alcoholic of some sort.
come here, little kid. Let me give you some recovery, little boy.
Guy, you gonna recover your ass down there to the big celebration? Guy says
No.
he doesn't go to the park.
No, I don't. I
Yeah.
do most of my meetings on Zoom.
Yeah, political
And the
conflict.
meetings where I go to, my meetings are opening up back in person. Hooray!
Political conflict.
I thought all you alcoholics, you all loved each other all the time, like fucking hippies.
Yeah, we do.
Well, if you love all them hippies so much, why won't you go to the park?
There's too many addicts there.
Not-
I just don't go there. It's not where I go to my meetings.
Wait, do you got some schmagugu there? Is there some bad gaga there? What's going on, buddy? Are you trying to
I just
avoid
don't go.
some situation?
I go to my meetings on Zoom, most of my meetings.
Okay.
And the meetings I go to now are getting ready to open up pretty damn soon.
Okay, guy.
have it.
Okay. They told me they wanted you to be there. That's what they were saying.
Thought you were gonna speak there, guy.
Yeah. A
Nobody
group
told
of
me.
desperate
Usually when
alcoholics.
someone wants you to speak at a meeting, they go directly to the person and say, "Hey, guy, we would like you to be the 10-minute leader at this particular meeting at this particular time."
Is
They don't
that
go
why
to
you're
a
not
third
going?
person and tell him about it.
Because they didn't ask you.
They didn't ask you to be the main speaker. That's why you're not going.
No, I was not planning on going.
Who is the main speaker going to be? Is it going to be Fast Eddie or
It says
Stevie Wonder?
the headlining entertainment, 2 p.m. Stevie Mac, Diary of a Crackhead. 3 to 4 Sober Souls live band. 7 p.m. DJ and dancing with dance floor. 2 p.m. food and drinks. They got drinks. Huh. Meeting schedule 9 a.m. Big book study. 10:30 NA meeting. Wow.
So there's only one meeting, but there's
12
entertainment
p.m.
all day.
12 p.m. End of the world panel. 6 p.m. quarantine but free.
Oh, so they still have the 12 o'clock and the 6 o'clock meeting, but they got a big party going on all around
In
it.
between. Sounds like fun. If I was, if I
They
didn't
got
have
dance floor, guy. maybe Guy could get out there and shake his group thing.
Go put on your leprechaun costume and
Yeah, you can dress like an asshole. People will love it.
People love me.
what am I going to do? People love me. I think I'd love for you to turn that TV off.
What TV?
What TV?
Guy doesn't like to say anything that might be considered controversial. I think he's being a little safe. Being a little safe in alcoholic recovery. He doesn't want to ruffle no feathers. What's the matter, Guy? What are you afraid of, buddy?
I'm not afraid of anything.
Is it because of your political party?
No. I'm not afraid of anything. I don't know. I just want to know what the hell you were talking about. This ain't the try to figure out Guy show. This is a 4-point plan. We're not talking about any one of those points.
We're talking about getting your ass to a meeting.
Half hour.
We're asking about getting your ass to a meeting. How are we going to get you over to the meeting?
I go to 5 meetings a week.
Wait, that's not 90 and 90. That's only like 70 and 60.
I'm not doing a 90 and 90 right now.
Wow. Now he's got a dissenting voice for sure.
I'm not doing a 90 and 90 right now.
Okay, Guy, okay. You okay, buddy? I hope this is in relapse mode for you. Have you called your sponsor today?
He froze while he was smiling.
Yeah, we terrified him with the whole sponsor talk. Damn.
He's going to call me tonight at 8 o'clock.
Oh, good.
Your sponsor calls you?
Service.
We could meet up. We could all
No,
go.
he was a newcomer that I talked to as well. My sponsor was at the meeting this morning with me. Saw him. And I reached out to a newcomer, talked to him for about an hour on the phone.
New sponsee?
It was good stuff. I'm not his sponsor.
You didn't ask?
I just reached out to him.
Do you sponsor people, Guy? Are you still sponsoring people? Are you taking new sponsees? Our listeners want to know, can they ask you to sponsor them?
I do sponsor people.
Ah, nice. Sean, are you taking on new sponsees? If our listeners were looking for a good sponsor, could they ask you?
Absolutely.
Nice. All right. Well, I know a couple of ladies that would love to ask you guys to sponsor them. I will give them the email is 4-point plan with the number 4pointplan@gmail.com. Right. You can always check us out on the website at 4pointplan.com. Spell out the word 4pointplan.com. You can find us there. We got podcasts every week. It's pretty good. If you click on the links, you can either listen to us on the radio or you can watch us on YouTube. We're there every week doing this 4-point plan podcast. This week it came to you a little early because it's a Saturday. It was kind of a weird situation, but we're doing the best that we can to carry the message out there. Listen, here's what I want to tell you. You guys can do this. You ought to do this, and it's worth it. If you do the 4-point plan, if you do 90 and 90, you get a sponsor, you get a home group, and you get a commitment, you can get a better life. Don't fucking forget where you came from, though. Once you get clean and things start to get good, a lot of times what people will do is they'll get a new car, they'll get a new relationship, they'll get a new house, and they'll stop going to meetings and they'll stop calling their sponsor. And everyone I know that fucking relapsed started their story by saying, well, I stopped going to meetings and I stopped calling my sponsor. Don't ever fucking stop going to meetings. Don't ever fucking stop calling your sponsor. Because you don't know, man. You may end up fucking back in the spoon, right? You'd be back in the bottle, right? Be back out there giving head for crack, whatever you do. It's out there, man. We don't want that shit to happen to you. So stick with the plan. I love it when a plan comes together. That's what they said in the A-team. I love it when a plan comes together, and the 4-point plan always comes together because it's got you going to meetings, calling your sponsor, doing your commitment, and being a service of your home group. Do the 4-point plan. It'll give you a life beyond your wildest dreams. It took me from a homeless fucking junkie to a rock and roll star to a fucking 9-time heavyweight champion of the world to get a master's degree from a prestigious university. I got a life that I never dreamed of, man. I look in the mirror and I don't even recognize this dude anymore. I no longer look like the fucking junkie that used to sit in the alleys downtown in puddles of piss while I fucking shot up heroin and cocaine in my arm. I don't even resemble that motherfucker anymore. I got a much better life, and it's fucking cool, man. And it's all due to the 4-point plan. I'll never forget. I'll never fucking forget where I come from. And that's why I'll never stop doing this, man. I'll never stop doing the plan. What about you, Sean? You gonna take some time off? You gonna go stop calling your sponsor, go on the meetings? What are you gonna do?
Never. Try to stop calling my sponsor. He'll be at my door wondering why I'm not calling him. Nope. No, like I said before, I'm too scared to stop going because I know how it was before I started going to meetings, and I don't want to go back there. And I don't know if it ever would go back there, but I'm not going to take the chance because I know me. If I start slipping away a little bit more, so I stay as active as I can. I volunteer at central office now. Answer phones for 4 hours a week. Not many people call, but when they do call, it's always nice to be there if I need to talk to somebody.
And you never forget where you came from?
I hope not, no. As long as I continue to go to meetings, how can I forget? Because I always talk about it.
Hopefully my man Guy doesn't forget where he came from. He keeps doing this program, man. He keeps doing a 4-point plan. Guy, you gonna stick with the 4-point plan? You gonna go try to start a 5-point plan? Maybe we get you a 2-point plan. What are you gonna do?
Fraction of a plan?
What are you talking? We're talking about again. I forgot. I got amnesia. Of course I am doing it. I'm living it. I'm not doing a 90 and 90 right now. I'm doing 5 meetings a week. It's quite a bit for me at this moment. But
plus the podcast. It
yeah,
doesn't count as a meeting, but it's still recovery based.
Yeah. Recovery's on my mind. I have frequent contact with fellow alcoholics and addicts. I have a sponsor. I go to a lot of meetings right now. Got a half commitment right now.
Out of 5 meetings?
Yeah.
I have a half commitment and a fraction of a meeting schedule. Fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, that
I share a commitment. I share a commitment with somebody right now.
That email address is 4-point plan with the number 4.plan@gmail.com. Write in and tell Guy what you think of his plan and how he's doing.
We love to hear from you.
Well, let's hear. I thought you said you weren't doing 90 and 90 right now either.
No, I'm not doing 90 and 90 right now. I am weighed down heavy with the schedule, but I'll be graduating in June and I'll be hopping on 90 and 90 in June.
Right. But have you done a 90 and 90 before in your life? Because that's what a lot of people, they don't want to hear that. They think that we're full of crap and that we've never done it before.
Well, I happen to know that the people in this room, in this podcast, Sean, Guy, and JR did over 365 and 365.
Right.
We didn't fake it till we made it. We made it till we made it. We went to meetings every day for a year. And then we went to some more because we knew that the real ones, the people that drank like we drank and the people that used drugs like we used drugs, those people end up dead or in fucking prison. I found out, Sean, you'll love this, man. I found out that the numbers on the opiate recovery, 3%. 97% of opiate addicts relapse. 97%. 3% get clean. We are the select few, man. We are a small goddamn percentage of the people that actually stop it and get clean and stay clean. And we're going to keep doing that because we're going to keep doing the 4-point plan. So yeah, if I get time, Guy, absolutely, man. If I'm not in school, I'm in 90 and 90. I'm in a meeting every day. I fucking love that shit. One of the reasons I got so mad about us having to work through the pandemic was because I knew that a bunch of people in America were allowed to sit home and just go to Zoom meetings every day. I was like, those lucky motherfuckers, man. If I had been able to sit home during the pandemic, I would have been at a meeting every day. I promise you that. I fucking love going to meetings, man. Meetings keep me whole. They keep me sober. They keep me moving forward. They keep me getting a better life. I know that I went from being fucking homeless, holes in my shoes, no place to go, to fucking, living in a house and driving a new car and having a life beyond my wildest dreams just because I went to meetings every day. So, of course, if I can go to a meeting every day, I'm going to, because I know what the results are. I know what the rewards are. I know what the benefits are. If I do this thing as much as I possibly humanly can, my life will continue to get as good as it humanly possibly can. So I'm going to keep doing it. I fucking love it. I fucking love all the rewards of recovery. And I want more. I want fucking more. I want to get more rewards of recovery. I want to get more recovery. No one can have more recovery than me. I'm like a fucking drug addict over here wanting more heroin. I want more recovery. You give me some more recovery and sprinkle some fucking some spiritual connection on top of that. Maybe some fucking relationships over here. Yeah, maybe some people that love me. Maybe some family, right? Maybe some relationships with my family, my kid, my grandson. Yeah, that's what I want, man. I want to drive a car, man, that has a real license plate on it, not some shit that I made in art class, right? I want to ride a motorcycle that doesn't break down every 3 seconds. Yeah, I want to have some fucking good shit in life that can get recovery, man. I want some friends that care about me and love me. I don't want to be all alone in the alley shooting heroin no more. I want a fucking life beyond my wildest dreams, and I get it at the 4-Point Plan, baby. Yeah!